Hi guys, so this is the kit down video for Sunflower. I just realized why it's so dark at my desk right now. Because I haven't turned my light on yet. That would do it. There we go. Oh, I can see. Okay, so kit down time for Sunflower. Here are all the little protective films from Sunflower. I usually stick one to the side so I can, just throw those away. I just stick one to the side to put all the stickers on for the jars. I did go ahead and pull aside the colors in jars so I wouldn't have to fight through all of my, fight through my two containers on camera, because it's a little bit of a messy thing going on, to be honest. And then I only have one baggie pulled out right now for the ones that go in bags. We're about to go through and see which other ones, which I just have that written on a sticky note so I wouldn't forget, because I would forget. Alright, 905. 989 is already in there from when I wasn't sure if it was going to have enough color for that one. Let's see, 3047. Oh, this will be the first for 3047. Oh, how nice. Okay. And then, again, this will also be the first for 3345. Like I've said before, at some point I am going to redo this whole thing. It just depends on when I can get another one of the cases that I need. Which I just use the really big Diamond Art storage containers like these. I need to get a 400 count one. It's technically 400 plus something, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But at some point I need to get one of those, and that way I'll end up redoing the entire thing. What was it, 3345? Yeah. Excuse me. Gremlin, stop trying to climb in the drawers. The drawers do not come apart for this desk. Kittens. Such a handful. Put that to the side just in case I need it again. 3345 and 3827. 27. This is also a first for 3827. But whenever I do finally get the last containers that I need, that will also end up being a video. It's just me going through and redoing everything, basically. But then I'll be able to phase out my binder, and this will probably become... Actually, this will probably become a different binder, because there's a certain binder I want to get off Amazon to be my Treasure Quest binder. It's very pretty. But for now, I just have my Treasure Quest cards right here. I've only done 2 so far. But they're just kind of just stuck here to the side for now, until I can get the one I want. And yeah. Alright, we'll just stick that there for now, because I'll need it again in a few minutes. For the ones in jars, we will be using my handy dandy funnel. I said in a previous video before, but this was 3D printed by my father-in-law. And at some point, when I get pretty filament, I'm going to ask him to do it again for me. But this is very good for now, and I just wasn't being very picky about what color he printed it in. I just knew I wanted a funnel, but it was going to be a very long time until my next Etsy order, so I just decided to see if I could find a file on Thingiverse, I think is what it was, which I was able to. These are the right shade of green, right? Yeah, that looks right. But I was able to find a file on Thingiverse, and he printed it for me. Because my jars are uneven, because one's really cheap, I think he had to adjust the sizing a little bit because they were a tad taller. But those were the jars that come from my cheaper kits, like the one I got from Five Below, or the case I got from Temu. Hi, Gremlin. But whenever I get my future kits, I'm basically going to phase out the two that I got, the two cheaper ones. They will basically be only for my friend's house, or, well, yeah, pretty much just my friend's house. Because she has dogs and my boyfriend is allergic, so I'll be able to just save those for her house so I don't have to sanitize my case basically every time. Of course the gremlin is being a gremlin. You can probably see her in the background. She likes to be a menace to society. I swear I'll get it right eventually. But, yeah. And I'll also end up getting the sticker book from Forever Young DIY, I believe, is the company that has it. So that I can just reorganize everything so that everything looks a lot more cohesive. Because right now it's pretty much a mess. I'm not gonna lie. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh wow. That one was on pretty tight. Probably because it's never been used. But I am very excited to redo my stuff whenever that happens. Whenever I do get my hands on it. Because I hate how uneven my jars are. And like I've said in a previous video, I believe it could have been the one that got deleted. I'm not entirely sure. I also plan on getting me another case for when I work on stuff, just in general. And it's going to be a pretty case. It's, yeah, it's gonna be 100 and... Stop licking that! I'm glad my cup was closed, but now I have to wipe my lid. No, you can't lick that either. Stop it. This is my lovely Christmas present that oh so loves chaos, which is why her name is Gremlin. I just did that one. Alright, you... No. Come here. Yeah, that is why her name is Gremlin. He didn't agree with my... He thought my name was just a temporary name at first, but then as we got to know her interesting personality, he quickly agreed that the name was very fitting. Anyways, as I was saying, it's going to be 120 count because I have yet to find a diamond painting, consistently at least. Most of the diamond paintings I work on have no less than 30 colors, but some of them usually have more than 60. But I've yet to have one that has more than 100. So that seemed like a pretty safe number, in my opinion. 120 gives me a little bit of wiggle room. I can probably use the extra jars for like if one of the colors has multiple bags. So that just seemed the best option for that. And at some point I also want to get a little sticker maker so that I can make my own labels like the ones that the various diamond painting companies send your kits with, so that way I can make my own instead of having to use the lovely garage sale stickers, as I so like to call them, because I don't really care for neon stuff for the most part. I have an exception for like neon orange, but that's really it. Admittedly, I have a few goals for things that I want to get, but that's because my diamond art stuff is very much hodgepodge together. Which works towards the beginning, but then as you get more and more into the hobby, you want your stuff to look a little more pretty and a little less chaotic. Alright, it looks like we are done with the jars. I'll put those up in a minute. Excuse me again. It's now time for the baggies. Alright, 905. There's not very many of these, but still. I do this because, like with the sunflower one I just finished, sometimes you are missing just enough to where you want to finish it, but you don't have quite enough. So I'll save them for stuff like that. Or, in this case, a bag of drills came with a mystery thing I got from Pure Bliss Wax Co. And I used those AB drills that came with it to make my little moon sticker. Which I could have done the same thing if I kept the AB drills also from previous diamond paintings. I don't think I've had very many of those. Actually, I know I haven't. I've had a couple of square ones from the square Christmas diamond paintings from Michaels. And then I don't really hang on to those because the Michaels ones aren't very good yet. They're getting a lot better. They are getting much better, but the squares can be a tad tricky. Their ones from last year are much better than the ones from the year before, so I think they're getting the hang of it. It's just the squares are a little more tricky for them to get the hang of than the rounds. Rounds are a lot more forgiving. But towards the beginning of my diamond painting thing, I didn't actually keep the drills until somewhat recently. I had a picture where I had to ask at a Facebook group if anyone had any extra drills for a certain picture. And thankfully someone did. But ever since then, I've started keeping the drills myself. I used to just do, in like soda bottles and Coke bottles, like the novelty ones, I would just fill those up, because I liked how the layers looked. I still do. But right now my spare is, basically if I have anything that doesn't fit in a jar or a bag anymore, then they'll just go to my other jar I have over there. I'll just go ahead and start dropping those right there. But yeah. Okay. We are now on the last color for the kit down, which is 3827, and it's yellow. It goes into baggie. But yeah, that's why I like to do these little garage painting stickers, because they just peel off the jar so easy. Alrighty. That is that for those. So now we put them away. These go into mini trash can. At some point I'm going to get release paper. I've thought about getting the little pretty ones that people like personalize for you, basically, where you can like pick an image or something and buy those, which is very tempting because I really want pretty release paper. But the only ones you can really find on Amazon are the just plain white ones. So I've been thinking about that, but I might just get the plain white ones. Where did I put that case? Okay. This is the main one that I use for storing all my extra drills. But I need to get another one bigger than this one. Because I think this one has 200, about. And the DMC usually holds about 600-ish colors in its thing. So what I plan on getting will basically round out my collection of colors. Okay. $7.26, $7.39, and $9.77. Other people tend to do like just the jars and the like little pull-out drawers, but that's not really realistic for me. That requires a lot of shelf space. With it like this, I can just stick it in my desk drawers, which is a lot easier for me. Also because I have cats, so anything that can go in a thing like that. Why do you insist on doing this? I'm moving those drawers. Don't mind the conversation with the cat. The cat's being difficult. But I can just stick these in drawers so that I don't have to worry about it. This one is what I keep my colors in from Diamond Art Club. I need to get another one of these for the last painting I did, because some of the colors would fit in here, but not all of them. Because while they had some overlapping colors, not very many. Surprisingly, even though they have very similar color palettes. Yes, hello, Gremlin. Are you having fun interrupting my recording? Yeah? Chaos creature. And now for the colors to go in the binder. Alright. 905. Excuse me, ma'am. Can you not? It will be interesting to see how many colors I kept way too many of whenever I can transfer everything into a jar. Because then I'll probably end up either filling up that one or just adding a good bit of layers to it. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I just... Thank you. Thank you. 3047. Are you having fun? At some point I'm gonna get a bigger desk and she'll just have her little bed for up here. For now, my little wooden computer desk can't really handle that. And a laptop, and my cases, and pens, and all that stuff. Especially when I'm actually working on a picture, because then I need plenty of room. I misplaced a baggie. There it is. Right, last bag. As soon as I find the spot. Excuse me, ma'am. Can you move? Thank you. I was so proud of myself for thinking up the system whenever I ran out of jars to start putting colors in. Especially since if you diamond paint yourselves or watch other people diamond paint, you quickly see how many bags we start to collect. It starts to look a little concerning and like we have other jobs. Actually, this needs to go in here so she doesn't mess with it. There we go. That is the kit down for this. And I do believe I said in my previous video that I was going to say which painting I was doing next for my videos. And that would be, oops, the cottage. Oh, I forgot to show what painting I got when I went to Hobby Lobby the other day. I only got one because I still have not been able to find the bookshelf. I guess it got wiped online before it could ever make it to our store. I don't know. But I also got this really pretty sewing machine one. Let me see if I can do it like that, maybe. You can see a little bit. But it is really pretty. I'm not going to do this one yet because I really liked the cottage one too. So I do want to do the cottage. So that'll probably be my next video, is me kitting up the cottage. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoy my videos and the oh so lovely interruptions we get in the middle of them. Because I know for a fact you guys can see her sometimes in the time lapses. Someone doesn't know how to stay off my desk. Please don't knock over my sign. I just got it. My lovely father-in-law also printed this for me. I admittedly painted it, but I didn't think of the fact that it being textured would mess with my paint marker, so it's a little splotchy. But yeah, up next will be the cottage, which it does have a couple of stones that are supposed to glow, which are the window parts, I believe. Yeah, which are the window parts. And it does have 30 colors, so it'll fit perfectly into that container. Let's just hope it doesn't have any extras. Which, I mean, if it does have extras, I have plenty of jars I can put them in. I have some very big jars that are technically supposed to be for bathroom supplies whenever you travel. However, I find them to be great jars for diamond painting. Because if you only have a little bit of a color, it only goes to like there. But if you have a couple of bags, you can usually fit most of the bags into the jar. I love them. I have far too many of them, and I need a better system for them too. But, yeah. Up next is cottage, with a couple of special stones. Not very many, but they're cool. And I am very excited to work on it with you guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I hope I'll see you all later.